Rangers have been dealt a significant early blow after Mcinnes was handed a 4-match touchline ban by the Scottish FA, in a decision that is certain to anger supporters at Ibrox. Just weeks into his spell as Rangers manager, Mcinnes will now be forced to watch 3 matches from the stands following comments he made while still in charge of Hearts, with many fans likely to question why the punishment is only now impacting his new club. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. The Scottish FA confirmed that the charge against Mcinnes was proved following a disciplinary hearing at Hampden on Wednesday. 3 matches of the suspension will be served immediately, while a 4th has been suspended until the end of the 2026-27 season and will only come into effect if the Rangers boss breaches disciplinary rule 72 again. It means Rangers will be without their manager in the dugout during an important stage of the campaign, despite the incident taking place months before he arrived at Ibrox. The disciplinary action stems from comments Mcinnes made back in May after Celtic were awarded a controversial 96th-minute penalty against Motherwell at Fir Park. Speaking to Sky Sports after the match, the then Hearts manager didn't hold back in his assessment of the decision. He said, "When you heard Celtic got a 96th-minute penalty, that was going to VAR, and they were checking it, you just assume what's happened is they get the penalty." After seeing the incident again, Mcinnes doubled down on his opinion, adding, "Having seen it again, it's disgusting. It is. I don't think it's a penalty kick. But we're up against it. We're up against everybody." Those remarks resulted in the Scottish FA charging Mcinnes under Disciplinary Rule 72, which prohibits managers, players and club officials from publicly criticising match officials in a manner that suggests bias or incompetence, or making comments that impugn their character. Following Wednesday's hearing, the governing body ruled the charge proven, leaving Rangers to deal with the consequences, despite the comments being made before Mcinnes had even taken charge of the club. The punishment is likely to be met with frustration by the Rangers support, who will now see their new manager begin part of his Ibrox tenure from the stands rather than the touchline. With 3 matches to be served immediately and another suspended until the end of next season, it's an unwanted distraction for both Mcinnes and Rangers at a time when the focus was firmly on building momentum on the pitch. Whether Rangers choose to appeal the decision remains to be seen, but for now, Mcinnes will have to begin part of his Ibrox reign from the stands rather than the technical area. It's a frustrating setback for the manager and the club alike, with a punishment for comments made during his time at Hearts now directly impacting Rangers' season. The big question now is whether the club simply accepts the ban or decides to challenge what many supporters will view as an unnecessarily harsh sanction. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. One transfer looked completely done. The fee had been agreed, the destination was lined up, and Armando Obispo looked destined to swap PSV Eindhoven for League One. But in a dramatic late twist, the entire move has collapsed. And now Rangers have been tipped to swoop in and take full advantage of the situation. The 27-year-old defender had been on the verge of completing a £3.4 million move to RC Lens after the French club reached an agreement with PSV. Everything appeared to be progressing as expected before unexpected complications during the final stages of negotiations caused the transfer to fall apart. Instead of heading to France, Obispo has returned to PSV's pre-season training camp in Germany, with his future once again thrown into uncertainty. That sudden twist has now created a potentially golden opportunity for Rangers. According to Dutch outlet Football Transfers, using data provided by analytics platform SciSports, Rangers are now viewed as one of the best possible destinations for the experienced centre-back. In fact, their career advice tool has awarded Obispo an impressive club fit score of 84 out of 100, suggesting his style of play would suit the current Rangers squad almost perfectly. It's not difficult to see why. Obispo is a naturally left-footed central defender, something Rangers have been actively searching for during this transfer window. He's comfortable bringing the ball out from the back, aggressive in his defending, dominant in the air, and possesses the composure needed to help build attacks from deep. Those are qualities Derek Mcinnes has been looking to add, as he continues reshaping his defensive options ahead of a campaign that will include both domestic and European football. The analytics also suggest Obispo would initially compete with the likes of John Souttar and Ben Godfrey for a starting place. However, with Souttar's future far from certain and speculation continuing over a possible exit, there's a very realistic pathway for the Dutch defender to establish himself as a long-term starter at Ibrox. Financially, the deal could also make a lot of sense. With Obispo entering the final year of his contract, PSV remain willing to sell, and reports suggest they would still consider offers in the region of £3.4 million despite the failed move to Lens. The defender himself is also believed to be keen on securing regular first-team football after featuring internationally for Curaçao, making a move away from Eindhoven an increasingly attractive option. Of course, there is one important factor Rangers supporters shouldn't ignore. The club are already understood to have agreed a deal with Troyes for highly rated defender Sankoon Diawara, suggesting a left-sided centre-back is already on the way. Whether Rangers would look to pursue Obispo instead, or potentially view him as a more experienced alternative, remains to be seen. But when a proven Eredivisie title winner suddenly becomes available after a transfer unexpectedly collapses, it's exactly the kind of market opportunity clubs have to consider. Last season, Obispo featured 27 times in all competitions for PSV, scoring twice while helping one of the Netherlands' biggest clubs compete both domestically and in Europe. Now, after what looked like a straightforward move fell apart at the final hurdle, Rangers suddenly find themselves being linked with a player who, only days ago, appeared completely out of reach. Could the collapse of one transfer end up opening the door for one of Rangers' most surprising signings of the summer? It's certainly a situation worth keeping a very close eye on.